Oh no! Oh no! Uh, what up, Suns fans? Suns lose in overtime. Second loss ever to the Sacramento Kings. Final score: Suns 118, Kings 127. We will talk all about this and more in just a few seconds.
Kevin Durant delivers. Gorgeous move from Bradley Beal.
Personally, I feel like that brother needed help.
Devin Booker with the clutch three.
Uh-oh. It had to drop at some point. It okay. So, I mean, I just had to go and do it. I had to go and jinx the Suns, didn't I? I have to question, oh, what's gonna stop the Suns. And then the very next day, as I dropped that video, we learned that Kevin Durant for the Phoenix Suns is out, is sidelined for about 2 weeks with injury. So, this is the first game that the Suns played without their big three, and more importantly, without Kevin Durant. Otherwise, what I've proclaimed as the most clutch player of the year. And basically, there's truth behind that because he served as this team's closer. You know, he there's a reason that I was building up all this narrative because he's our closer. All right, I want to emphasize that. So, man, this game was tough. This game was tough. The Kings with DeMar DeRozan now on their side is a tough one to beat. But I will congratulate the Suns on one thing that they did right is that they hanged on throughout the night. They still gave the Kings a run for their money. We could have definitely won tonight's game if cards went a little to our side here, if we played our cards a little right. But boy, speaking of clutch players, DeMar DeRozan and De'Aaron Fox, if you didn't catch this game, just took over in the fourth and overtime. It was close, very close. The Suns could not get a stop here in the fourth quarter. They just generally the Suns were very mixed all game. You know, we had a very mixed first quarter, a very mixed second quarter, as the Suns just kind of chucked up threes, hoping to catch a lead. But we're down seven at come halftime, so didn't look like the soundest and best strategy. So I did like what the Suns went to in the second half here, and they ended up getting a solid victory in the third quarter, beating the Kings 29-19. Um, but it all fell apart in the fourth as Kings really started to come back, play defense, and DeMar DeRozan just sealed this game for us. Oh my God, we could not get a stop. So there's your question. There's your question. There's your answer. More importantly, what's going to stop the Suns? DeMar DeRozan. It's that simple. Uh, I kind of chucked it up to last time as um, the Suns. The only thing that could really stop, we don't know what exactly could stop the Suns, um, as it's too early in the season. But now we're getting more into the meat of the season and the worst time because KD, like I said, is out. And Beal, oh, we'll get to Beal. Beal might be out. Holy crap. Man, uh, this game was this game was fine. It was fine. I came in after knowing that we were missing KD tonight. I wasn't the most confident, but I remained hopeful because I have stated on this team that this show that the Suns are clutch. They're one of the clutch teams, the most clutch teams in the NBA, right? They're the most clutch. Oh, how little we knew. Um, But it turns out all that clutch was in KD. Uh, as all the hope that Suns fans had going into this game, and just we really needed an answer from our bench. We needed a good night from our bench to step up, which our bench has been great all season so far. The depth they provided and just the extra scoring and the just stats that they add on to this team has been amazing. Most famously, Royce O'Neal, Ryan Dunn, rookie, um, Mason Plumley, Grayson Allen. You know, we just need a big night from them to fill in the gaps for KD. And we needed to have Booker come back from Paris. Oh boy. There's a reason I'm wearing a Bill jersey tonight because of Booker. I, something has to be wrong with Booker, right? I'm going base. I'm basing all this on just what I've seen from in game. Um, last game, uh, KD missed a crucial three that would have put the whole Dallas game away. Uh, but you know, as we know, Royce O'Neal missed a layup, and then Nurk got it. But he got the rebounds two times, and Nurk ended up sealing the game, the Mavs games. So I mean, what I'm trying to get at here is that like KD does usually makes those shots. He makes those. But the fact that he didn't was concerning. And that's why I think that something might be wrong with Book here. Because after KD missed that shot, he was then revealed to have an injury. So something's wrong with Book here. He was listed as having an illness during the Mavs game, didn't appear on the injury report for tonight, but something just doesn't sound right. Especially when we have no KD. My thought coming into this game, and I think most of other Suns fans really, is that Devin Booker has been kind of been his, you know, role playing team self, doing whatever the team needs. Um, So I think the thought coming into this game was more so just, okay, Book is gonna come back. All right. Whatever the team needs, right? So this team needs scoring. So hopefully Book will come in and help us score. But I mean, he did, but Booker was definitely had a bad night tonight. He ended up playing 43 minutes, 9 of 22. Jesus. Ah. Oh my God. Are you? 3 of 10 from 3 point. It was rough. And especially down the stretch in like the fourth quarter and overtime, he might still be sick. And like that might have sapped his energy or something. Because definitely at the end in the fourth and overtime, he straight up airballed like two threes back to back. Ugh, it was schmugly, absolutely ugly out there. Booker, what is going on? Is he still sick? Is there some other injury we don't know of? Because if he does, this is gonna get a whole lot worse in Phoenix. We have trouble. All right, this could be just the peak of it. Who knows what's gonna happen next game? All right, Booker, that terror. You heard the numbers already. 23 points, and he still ended up putting 23 points, and he's basically the point guard. He had 12 assists again. I think he had 12 assists against the Mavs, and now he had it. When this game needed a scorer, needed a closer to answer against DeMar DeRozan, no one was there to step up. And the one answer we did was Bradley Beal, who I am wearing tonight. Um, I mean, Bill had a pretty average game. I mean, he kind of came in and was still the Bradley Bill. Basically, everyone came in and played like KD was still here, but he wasn't. Beal, 38, 38 minutes, 9 of 18 shooting, and also 3 of 10. He had 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 28 points, and was tonight's game leader in points. He led the Suns in points scored. And I mean, Bill can score, all right? Let's let's acknowledge that. I'm glad that he was able to get up 28 points. But it really should have been Booker. We just needed someone to step up, and no one was. Beal was literally giving his whole effort tonight because let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. Uh, I forget where the time placement is, but somewhere in the fourth, I think. No, I think it was in the overtime. It was the overtime period when Bradley Beal came crashing down to the floor and was clutching his leg. And well, there was a pause in the game as Bradley Bill then got up, bounced on it a couple, and he went back out there. What? No! I was screaming at my actual TV to not put him in. Why? Why was Beal back in this game? We still lost. Okay, if the thought of going into this was, okay, we need a scorer, and that's basically what Bill was during the overtime, was he was to answer back with everyone because no one else was helping him. Booker was just hiding in the offsides, in the corner. Grayson, I think Royce was out there as well. Plumlee, uh, they're all just waiting for something to happen. Nothing. So Beal's left out there just giving it all his effort, whatever he has left. On a bad leg, I think it's hard to tell with what kind of injury he had. I don't think it's ankle, anything to do with the ankle, but I guess as the night goes on, we will know for sure what that injury might be. Um, but ugh, ugh, why? That's such a stupid decision to me that we left Beal in the game. Why? Absolutely why? We still lost. If like if the point was to just have him so we could have a fighting chance, he's injured. I don't want an injured Bill going out there because guess what? That's gonna make it so much worse. He should have been subbed out the moment he went down because now we could possibly facing a much worse injury and he could be out for longer. Not good. Okay? It's as plain as simple as that. Uh, Still no news on Bill. Mike Boltonhoser. I'm reading a tweet as of right now. Mike Boltonhoser said he didn't have an update on Bradley Bill, who got his leg rolled up under him by falling DeMar DeRozan. Okay, so there's still nothing out there, but that's just a stupid decision that we left him out there, especially when the whole just team out there could have needed something. We could have needed someone else. Actually, I just thought of a counterpoint. I wasn't checking at the time. I do not know how many timeouts the Phoenix Suns had. So if we're going into that OT with no timeouts, that makes a lot more sense why things played out the way they did. Okay, comment amended. But that's just rough. That's absolutely brutal in that. Not only did we lose the OT, we only got 7 points up, while the Kings had 16. No defense, by the way. Complete collapse there. It's it's all over the place. It was so bad. But while all of Beal and Book was pretty bad, we did have one person that took the assignment seriously. Tyus Jones, 40 minutes. He played beautifully again. Another beautiful game from Tyus Jones. 8 of 14 from the field, 6 of 10 from three, 22 points. He only had 4 assists because he acted more like a scorer this game than the actual scorer in Devin Booker. Why are you like this, Book? Just go back. I don't know what's going on. None of us do. But what the frick is happening with Book? All right, and I guess since we're on this positive note, Ryan Donos had a pretty nice game. He had he was actually doing pretty good on DeMar DeRozan, who he was guarding for most of the nights when he was out there. He played 21 minutes, bounced back from a surprising injury. I did not expect him to heal up this fast. I also didn't expect him to start because I mean he's probably injured still. I don't know. That's an insane heal process. He was just out yesterday and now he's back full 48 hours and he's already healed up again. That's crazy. Um, he didn't have any made threes, which would have been really helpful. He just did nice. He had a pretty good. He had some nice dunks out there. Held DeMar DeRozan down for like the half. Didn't get subbed in to the last like 2 quarters, OT and fourth. Yeah, I mean, as you could tell, I'm just uh haven't been here in a while, and it's nice to say that the Suns are 8-2. This is our second game, but I think what I'm more fearing here is the inevitable downfall. Because I stated this yesterday that these are a lot of close games the Suns are having. You look back at our last couple of games, we've only had a 1 to 3 point victory margin on those games, and KD was clutching up most of those games. And I knew the eternal doubter in me just there's only so long you can keep going like that until something has to give. And oh boy, did that wheel fall off. And now with this game, it looks like more wheels could fall off. So we're currently sitting in a possible fallout here for the Suns, with multiple injuries flying everywhere. Beal might be out. It might be Booker next game, just by himself taking on Utah. It's scary weather that Suns are in right now. Still nothing on. Yeah, really nothing still on Book. I guess it's going to be a while until we hear from that. I don't want to miss an injury uh, thing here, but that's crazy. Speaking of injuries, I guess since we're still on the topic, there's still more injuries. Yeah. Yusuf Nurkic, big in that Dallas game, scored the last 5 points in that game to give it to the Suns. Ended up having a right ankle or left ankle soreness, so he's questionable for this game. Okay, that's fine. Questionable, that's fine. Whatever. But then he played. He ended up playing, was okayed for for this game, given the green light. He played 15 minutes, scored nothing. He had 3 looks from 3 that he tried, nothing. And then he He was 0-4, 0-3. He had 7 rebounds. That's before he went out at halftime. At halftime, everyone was alerted that Yusuf Nurkic had left the game permanently because something re-aggravated in the injury. So great. There's another one of our starters. We have three potential starters right now that are gone for potentially a while. Hopefully, Nurk bounces back and it's not that serious, and he didn't make it worse by playing tonight against Sabonis. Um, Beal is a very again. We're just gonna have to wait for news on that. And KD, we already know he's gone for 2 weeks, which is about 7 games. And while we're talking about games here, there goes my whole prediction. I made this prediction when when where were we? We just beat the Clippers on Halloween. Um and this is the projection the Suns were going at. I predicted an 8-2 record in this time, but I failed to factor in injuries. I didn't think injuries would hit us this hard. So, I mean, I guess I'm in a weird way. I guess I am still kind of correct here because on here and in previous episodes, I have stated that I thought the Suns were going to split these two upcoming games. Well, this finished Sacramento King game and the next upcoming one. So I guess I'm not completely wrong on that. We could still come back next time, but I don't know what about that. The next Suns game is on Tuesday, the 12th. Another one of those hot days, and then that's is on Tuesday is a back-to-back game where we face the Kings again. So not only do we face Utah in the first game of the Emirates NBA Cup, but then we have to face the Kings again at their home. So things don't look too good, especially if that Bradley Bill injury comes back and Yusuf Nurkic is still out for a while. So injuries, man, they hurt the game of. They just hurt sports, dude. Really bad, especially when the Suns were just starting off to an amazing season. I mean, if you've been a consistent viewer on watching all these games, the Suns were literally quite amazing. Uh, just an amazing start to the season, and it's shame to have injuries ruin that. But that is the cruel world we live in. Speaking of needing a bench, since KD was gone, we I mentioned how we needed an uptick from our bench. Royce O'Neal, who has usually been pretty good, both defensively and shooting from three. I recently saw that he had a stat. He was shooting 50% from all his threes this season, and he proceeded to go 2-7. Everything that could go wrong went wrong this game, okay? He was 3 of 14. I mean, something might be wrong with Royce O'Neal. He had a pretty ugly game today. Um, just missing from three, which some of them were open. Um, he also had some layups that did not go in, weirdly enough. So makes me kind of suspicious. At this point, we can't really tell if it's going to be a injury or it's just a fluke game. I'm highly conspirial right now. I am, question nothing, question everything is the kind of mindset I'm in right now, as the Suns are clearly sinking like the Titanic, and things are not getting worse, dude. Things are not getting better. Okay, Utah is a bad team. Okay, so a little bit of a break there, but I would at least like Bill and Booker to be there. But I don't know. We did go into two overtimes last year against them, so maybe something, something will be interesting. Yeah, I think this definitely takes with the injuries and KD basically being gone for 7 games. 7 games is a long time. Um, I guess since now we're talking about it, let me pull up the the schedule for the Suns. But 7 games for KD. That's a Utah game, a Sacramento game, OKC game. Oh, man, just when I was saying, just when I was saying that the Suns, I was really curious to see how we handle big games like OKC and Boston. We get injured, so now we can't even tell. So it's an even bigger question than before. Minnesota, and Orlando and New York. So those are all the games that KD will be missing. Um, yeah, I predicted 2-8 on this, but I think with KD now out, a lot of these games are gonna be rough. I think at worst, I think a new prediction. I think we might just go 2-5 over these next 7 games without KD. It's really possible. OKC, it's just amazing start to the season. I although I think I heard them lose to Golden State. Yeah, they lost to Golden State. Final score: Golden State 127, OKC 116. So, I mean, that's it. It also stings tonight because if the Suns would have clutched this up here, they would have been the undisturbed number 1 seed of the West. But now we're tied up with OKC again, and I think maybe Golden State. That's a bit of a stretch. Um, yeah, no, we're tied with the Warriors once again. OKC, Warriors, and Suns are all 8-2. Sucks. It sucks. This sucks, and we could get, this could get even worse coming up without KD. I mean, Utah is the only game I feel confident in, and Utah is 2-7. Um, I'm also confident about Orlando, but now I'm even less confident about Orlando, um, especially with how Beal and Booker played tonight. So I think a 2-5 record might be coming up, boys. I hate to say it, but things could get ugly depending on how we go, how the rest of this plays out. So yeah, Royce and Neal getting back to our bench. Royce and Neal, pretty ugly game, 8 points, especially in overtime in the fourth. He just could not get a stop on DeMar DeRozan. He that was just crazy. I I mean, going into the fourth, and when I saw that overtime, I did not feel confident about overtime because I knew DeMar DeRozan would clutch up. And I also forgot De'Aaron Fox was a clutch player of the year. So yeah, got smoked by both of them. Okogie also got his second showing tonight, and he played pretty well. I mean, put up 9 points, 4 of 7, and 1 of 3 from three. So, not bad. Still like what he did. Um, just wish it was a little more. Could have asked for a little more. Plumlee played amazing tonight. First of all, I mean, without Nurkic, things could have got really ugly. But I really love Plumlee this game. He is so amazing. A great pickup by the Suns. 11 rebounds and 6 points. He had one steal. In fact, the whole Suns had 11 steals. Definitely during the third quarter when we were making a huge comeback. Uh, I really love the defense. We're stripping Sabonis. Amazing. And then it all came crashing down in the fourth. Oso made a appearance. What? What? Oso. Um, I actually don't remember when Oso had made an appearance. I think this might be his second appearance. I definitely know he's made an appearance before. I want to say the first Mavs game, season opener or home opener, but also played tonight. And for the minutes, it was pretty okay. He played 10 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 4. He had the free throw. Okay, sorry, that was my AC. Um, yeah, played solid minutes. Need to definitely work on that defense. But I mean, just like any rookie, he's just absorbing information. It's great to see. So that's a little playful notes on tonight. Grayson Allen. We need a big night from the bench. Royce O'Neal proceeds to then do 2 of 7 from three, and Grayson Allen 3 of 11 from three. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anything that could go wrong does go wrong here. So I mean, not the biggest night for Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen, I'm really starting to question his purpose on this team. We'll see about that come trade deadline, though. So, but Grayson Allen has been. I've officially marked Grayson Allen as back. He is back, and he had a bad game last year, or last game. My bad. He had a good. What am I trying to say? He had a good, bad game. He had a bad game last game. Okay, and he continues tonight. That's all I want to say about that. But Grayson Allen, just where have you gone? Work on that three, man. Continue working on that three, because if you can't make that three, then what really is your purpose on this team? Is my question. He only got 1 rebound, 3 assists. I mean, uh, I like how he like bulked up and how he could just barrel down the lane now. I find that really fun. But if he's not hitting those threes, what do we have him for? So he's definitely not our best defensive guy. So Grayson Allen developing points here. Where is he gonna be by trade deadline? I don't know why I said it like that. So just disgusting. Let's wash our hands with this and sweep it off, people. I don't want to talk about this game anymore. I already reacted to. Well, I slightly reacted to where the other what happened tonight in around the league. Could have had the 1 seed. I mean, we still have a chance at the 1 seed here. Um, but we kind of are in a bad spot when we're this injured. So, still no updates on the Beal situation. Oh wait, Bradley Beal said X-rays were negative on his left knee. Yippee! But also, oh no, oh no, said X-rays were negative on his left knee. So, I he's still injured. He has to be injured, man. But at least it's not like a broken bone or anything. We have a quote from Mike Boltonhoser here. Mike Boltonhoser on Devin Booker, who admitted he's dealing with something as far as illness, but he said he should be over it soon. Good, good. He should be over it soon. We need book. All right, shake off the flu book. Take some. What do you take? What do you take? I don't know. Take take take. I don't know. Rub some Vicks under your nose. Open up those nostrils. You need air. Um, yeah, okay, so that confirms what I've been saying, that like book may be dealing with something. So, but I wish I could have my reaction here if an injury ever does come out, but it looks like there's going to be taking some time on that. But I am out of words to say on tonight. Not a meltdown. I will consider this not a meltdown though. All right? Because we know that the Suns could have won this, but it was a injury. It was a mix of injuries that led us down to this. I wouldn't call it a meltdown because the team concept didn't just collapse on itself, even though we did kind of collapse in overtime. Uh, I wouldn't count this as a meltdown. So we're still at 196 days. We're coming really close to it. We might see a meltdown in a couple days. We lost by 9 points. Okay. Um, when we lost to the Lakers, we lost by 7. So, I mean, I'll really start considering things when we have our full team together and we get blown out still. I'll consider that a meltdown rather than tonight when it was situational and on injuries. Okay? All right. That's all I have to say. Hey, if you're new and you're watching this and you like what we're doing here, please leave a like and subscribe. We will be covering the Phoenix Suns more over the course of the season. We will be back here on Tuesday when the Phoenix Suns will be fighting the Utah Jazz in the first game of the Emirates NBA Cup. So I don't know. Maybe something new will happen. Maybe the Suns will finally get some sense knocked into them and play right, because we've got we got some tough opponents in this Emirates Cup. I mean, we're grouped into Utah Jazz, easy. OKC, oh no. Lakers, oh no. And the Spurs, oh no. Okay, so maybe we're not going to be taking home the NBA Cup, but I didn't want it anyway. Okay, so there you have it. Suns lose. Have a good night sleeping after that, dude. I'm just gonna forget this game ever happened. Um, all right. Good night, everybody. Enjoy the last bits of your weekend as we head into the weekday. Yeah, weekdays once again. All right. Adios. I gotta play.
Kevin Durant